welcome to my channel. My name is Arid. As always, don't forget to like, comment and share this video. So the topic we're looking at today is all about how to ask for a job promotion. And this video is going to focus on all the prep stuff you need to do before you get that meeting in the diary, slide into the chair and make your request known. So let's get straight into it with number one is the question you need to ask to yourself, which is what do you want? So by that I mean, is there an opportunity, specific opportunity coming up that's of interest to you that you want to put yourself forward for? Are you looking for more responsibility? Is it more money that's driving you to ask for a promotion? Is it a lateral move? Say you're moving from the role of an exec assistant into an assistant manager, or is it a bit of all of the above? But ultimately, in your first point, get serious with yourself and ask specifically what it is you want, because that's going to help you focus and build your case. So the second thing you want to do is to do an inventory. So once you've got an idea of the role you want to be promoted into, you need to look at the skills, the responsibilities that are required of that role and what will be expected of you in that role. And then you want to look at where you're at the minute. Now, a great framework to use, they use it in the business world that I always use with my coaching clients too, is a SWOT analysis. Now, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And I'll write a little bit more in the description box for this video so you can see more about that. But essentially that's a great framework to use for you to work out where you stand today in relation to that job. So I always say write about 10 strengths that you're really good at that will stand you in good stead and showcase your skills where you to get that promotion. Then you want to look at your weaknesses and be realistic about where you know what your areas of development are. Then you want to look at opportunities. Now the opportunities, I love the opportunities section because you want to look at your opportunities, like out of the 10, pick 5 that will allow you to showcase your strengths, and you want to pick some that will allow you to address your weaknesses, so opportunities to work on those weaknesses. And then you want to look at your threats, and threats, for example, could be if it's a role that's being advertised and you're an internal candidate, a threat could be an external candidate, applications rather from external candidates. So within your opportunities section, how can you come across what opportunities, because you're in a privileged position if you're an internal candidate because you know the company already, so what opportunities can you put into place now between the time that you put yourself forward for the promotion to kind of mitigate your weaknesses and your threats. But do an inventory. Okay, now the third thing you want to do is a feedback review. Now go back over any performance reviews or notes that you've made from meetings with your line manager. If you've not had you should have had structured performance reviews, make sure you have those performance reviews, and you want to look at those areas. So say for example there were some areas of development that you had agreed to engage in. Have you done those? Make sure that you have, and also pull out some experiences from those developmental opportunities that you can add in your one pager, which we're going to come to in a second. And then I would also have a chat with any clients that you specifically worked with. Have they sent through some positive feedback to you? You could also take it one step further, get onto SurveyMonkey, create a free survey based on yourself and send it to some colleagues and compile the results. Now focus, I would do, on the skills and responsibilities that are required of the role that you want to move into. So if it's management, then ask some questions, put some questions in your survey about your management experience, and it could be management on tasks, on projects, or of individuals, but put that in and send it out to your colleagues, because that will help you when you are starting to build your one pager. Okay, but be realistic and do a feedback review. Now the next thing you want to do, number 4, is build your case. Oh, excuse me, I got a little hiccup that I tried to muffle. Is build your case. So in building your case, it's just a one pager, it's not an essay, but you want to pull together from point 1, what do you want, 2, your skills inventory, and 3, your review. You want to pull out specific accomplishments that you've made, you want to that you've achieved rather during your time. So say for example you're looking to move, I don't know, from a digital marketing assistant role into a manager or coordinator role, then you want to talk about the campaigns you've been involved in, specifically the things that you achieved, the likes, the followers that you garnered based on your activity. So it's time to be a bit boastful, time to boss yourself up a bit, you know, pull those together. Remember, as they relate to the job opportunity you're interested in. And you also want to look at that feedback that you've received, whether it's through performance review or through a survey that you've done, or just taking people out for coffee and talking to them about the role and where you're at and getting their feedback that way if you're not feeling a survey. But you want to compile that into a one-pager and structure it and have some questions that you want to ask during the interview, specifically if there are some areas of development. So say for example you're moving into a management role and you haven't had a ton of management experience. If you can, try and get that through volunteering, but if not, then when you're putting together your one-pager, then have a SMART goal around how you're going to get that experience. And it could well be that that is something you can achieve over the first 30, 60 or 90, or the first 60 or 90 days of your in your management role. But make sure you've got a solid one-pager. And then of course the 5th part is to schedule the meeting. Okay, and the reason that it's up to you to schedule it, not your line manager, because they never assume that just because you're doing a good job that your manager is going to come up and say, hey, you're ripe and ready for promotion. No, they see you doing a really good job in that role. It's making their life easier, it's helping the company move forward and become more productive and more profitable, so they like you doing what you're doing. Okay, so it's purely up to you to be the architect of your own career. So schedule that meeting. Okay, now in my other video I've got I'll put a link to it here. It's like when to ask for a promotion, and there's 2 key points. Obviously always during your probationary reviews, performance reviews, and also during opportunities where there's restructure. And the third, actually there's 3 opportunities. This is why you need to watch the video. 3 opportunities. The third one is also when new business is coming through the pipeline. They just want a tender, for example, or somebody's going on to a sabbatical. That's an opportunity for you to step up, even if it is just for a short period of time. If it's a sabbatical or to cover a maternity leave, it's still a good time to put yourself forward to do that job, because by the end, if you're looking for a promotion, that person decides that they're not coming back, that job could be yours. But if they decide that they are coming back, you have the skills you need to move on and move up into a different organization if that is necessary. But do check out that video on when to ask for a promotion. So let's take it from the top. In your planning phase, figure out what it is that you want. Secondly, do your skills inventory. Thirdly, take a review of your performance thus far. And 4th, build your case. And then 5, get that meeting in the diary. And actually on that meeting on the diary, be careful about the timing. Okay, so this is where you need to know your manager. So don't put something late afternoon when you know that they're agitated and that's not when they work at their best. If they are morning people, get your meeting in the diary in the morning so you have their attention. I hope you found that useful. Click on the link below for details of vacancies at Diva, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.